reading for you about a close friend of yours that really knows how to find out whatever needs to be figured out about someone maybe you're interested in romantically, or who's lying and who told the truth. Sorry, it's like all of a sudden darker in here. It's just difficult to keep things from this person. If they want to find out, they generally know how to talk to the people that would know the answers, find things on the internet, or maybe they're just really, I don't know, well connected on social media so they can see what people have been posting. But this is somebody who's doing some investigation on your behalf and helping you to avoid something that could be difficult. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchan Ten. And I hope you're having a good day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Let's see what else we've got for you. Sorry, gotta reorganize. All right, let's dive in with the Wild Reflections Tarot and see what else we've got for you. Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so it feels to me like this is somebody who has your back because they know that whoever they're looking into, this is someone who either doesn't like you or perhaps you two just broke up with each other. But this friend is like aware, whoever they're looking into, like, I already don't trust this person. I know I'm going to find something, is kind of the mindset here. Hello, Bianca. How are you doing? Hello, Connolly. How are you doing? Wow. And the Three of Cups in the reverse. Okay. So this friend of yours finds out that there is somebody else in the mix. Three of Cups in the reverse. It can talk about somebody who, like, it could just be a friend who doesn't really support this romantic connection. Maybe they just feel like you're dealing with somebody who's not very trustworthy. Maybe they just feel like somebody isn't very respectful. But I think when you add to the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, the King of Swords, it just all looks like this is more so probably like you're still talking to the ex, or you're still on dating apps. Because it kind of feels like someone is vindicated, or like, I told you that you couldn't trust this person, or I told you that you deserved better than this person. Hello, Sheik, how you doing? I do personal questions at about 30 minutes in, with priority to those who tip or donate. We've got the Chariot in the reverse and the World in the reverse. So I feel like this Queen of Wands, King of Swords energy is your friend. This is why we say don't pay too close attention to the gender of the tarot, because this is the same person, okay? This is someone who is smart, but I think probably underestimated. People may get distracted by this person's looks, or perhaps even like their accent. There's something like unassuming or friendly or disarming about this person. You just kind of feel like you can be yourself. So I feel like they get information more readily than others. But they're also King of Swords, very smart. So I do feel like this is something that they have figured out, not necessarily on social media or the internet, because the world is in the reverse. I think this is being in the same place as someone, or even following someone. Hello, Anya, how are you doing? No, thank you, but hello and welcome to the live chat. Oh, I think that's a little bit too much. So we've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. This is someone who's making sure that you don't get hurt. I do feel like this is a good friend. Sometimes you deal with friends who sabotage things or maybe are even a little bit jealous of relationships that you're in. I don't get that vibe here. This is more so a friend who really just wants to know what's going on to make sure that if you need to make a different direction or a different choice or a different path, the one that you follow, that they're able to kind of like support you through that, right? Hello, Brian. I'm good, thank you. Hello, Ark. How are you doing? Hello, Michael. Oh, I think you got it. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse and the Wheel of Fortune with the Nine of Wands. Yeah, see, I think this friend of yours is seeing a change up or some sort of mask. They maybe even interviewing, like peppering this person with questions and feeling like they've lied about who they are, where they've been, or who they've been hanging out with, or what else they've been getting into, you know? Hey, Jonathan, how are you doing? Hey, y'all. You can be respectful in the live chat or I will time you out, okay? Hello, Zozo. And Elizabeth, the answer to your question is right there. What else do we have? Four of Pentacles in the reverse and the Four of Wands in the reverse. I think this is someone who's finding out that the person you are considering dating or have just, recently started to date is not single. Has lied about whether or not they're in a relationship or whether or not they have gone through a divorce. So they're trying to protect you from somebody who's a bit of a liar. Somebody who doesn't want to be honest about their relationship status. Hello, Nassar. How are you doing? Three of Wands and the Devil in the reverse. Yeah, this is definitely a good friend. They see something that is concerning. They're protective of you. They don't want you to deal with somebody that's manipulative or controlling or anything like that. So I do feel like they witness something, they look up something, or they talk to someone. They're confirming, though. It's not like, oh, I heard something, so I'm going to tell you. It's more so like I'm looking out for you, so I want to know how truthful this information is or what my observation really means. Yeah. Thank you. What else do we have? Commitment and pretending. Yeah. So they have a commitment already, but they're pretending that they are single and able to make a commitment elsewhere. Maybe that they're really difficult to work with regards to scheduling. Lots of flaking out or rescheduling. Maybe even, not wanting to talk about why there's makeup at their place when they supposedly live alone, or why their ex's phone number still shows up on their bill. Like whatever it is, they don't seem to want to be honest about what's going on with another person in their life, but your friend figures it out. The old ball and chain. I think your friend hears them talking about their partner, about their other person. Telling a story about them, perhaps. You've got a smart friend. All right, let's get a few we'll go with the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Hello, Ghost. How are you doing? Hey, Ian, did you know that a lot of Christianity is literally taken from paganism? You could Google Saturnalia, for example. Just curious if you know that. But I'm going to ask you to be respectful in live chat. Otherwise, I'm going to time you out. Okay? So we have the Queen of Cups and the Star in the reverse. Like, I can tell that you're starting to get pretty enamored of this person, or it seems like things are getting serious, but there's some inconsistencies, or, you know, I'm worried about you dating this person because it seems like maybe they're not, like, telling you the truth about everything. So they look into it. I don't think you're irritated. You know, some people might be like, this is my personal life. Like, I realize you're in my inner circle, but, like, maybe take it down a little bit, take it down a notch. I think you appreciate this person's ability to know when it makes sense to do this. I don't think that they're just, like, the meddling type. But I do think they have access to information, or they're particularly adept. I don't know. Maybe they know how to find background reports, that kind of thing. Hello, Sunil. How are you doing? Hello, Tommy. What's going on? Hello, B2Z. All right. I'm going to ask you to come back around in 10 minutes after that timeout with something that's a little bit more appropriate, please. I'm sorry you went through that, but yeah, that's a lot. Hello, Leaf. How's it going? We've got 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, Temperance, and the Page of Wands in the reverse. There's concern from your friend that you're not listening to your intuition as well as you previously have, that you're kind of blinded by love, right? That you should, in most situations, be able to pick up on this person not really being super trustworthy. So it's like the friend wants to come in with the assist and be like, hey, it looks like you missed something on that, report that you normally do on people. Since you didn't do that, I did it for you, and it looks like this person cannot be trusted. Just wanted to let you know. They really are looking out for you, though. All right, this is the Gold and the Normand. This is a general reading. Hello, FT. How are you doing? If it resonates for you or validates things that already seem to be intuitive messages for you, then it's your reading. We have the Anchor, which is number 35. Sorry, guys, there's like a hair on my nose. It's driving me crazy. Okay. So there's a concern that perhaps getting too comfortable with this person is going to result in your heart being broken. So this friend is looking out for you. Perhaps you have recently gone through some difficult times, or maybe they've, helped you pick up the pieces after you've gone through a breakup, in the last year or two. They don't want to see you go through loss because this person is messing with you. They feel like there's something they see a little bit more readily than you, perhaps because you want this to work out. And they want you to be aware of what's really going on. This is the Gypsy Oracle. Well, I hope you find a better website for that. Hello, Patrick. How are you doing today? Hello, Sarah. All right, we have the Merchant. This is somebody who likes to brag about material items. So the romantic interest that cannot be trusted, which should help you figure out if this is your reading or not. Your friend doesn't like your romantic or your love interest because they are a little too focused on material items or materialism. And through conversation, there's been some inconsistencies, things that seem to hint at lying or are actually deception. I think this is somebody who ran into your love interest elsewhere or saw them without being noticed. Ball and chain. Yeah, I think your friend found out there's another relationship here, or someone who is still like seeing their ex, still on dating apps, that kind of thing. Hello, Mary. How are you doing? Thanks, Tommy. We have death, which the artwork for it is pretty cool. But can talk about endings, not so much, physical health issues. I think this is somebody who said that they ended a relationship or that they're divorced when they are still very much so in that relationship, still trying to maybe even lead on this person. And your good friend, the Queen of Wands, King of Swords individual, they're helping you to see it because I think it's something that is, it's just not what you want to hear, right? It could be because your friend has figured out something regarding to an address or a living situation. Maybe they said they were living on their own, but they're really still living with their ex. Maybe they've lied about their child custody situation or whether or not they have responsibility or have paid, their part. But your friend figures it out. All right, this is the Energy Oracle. Hostilities. The garden and the gate. Yeah. I think your friend is physically in a location where they see your love interest. And maybe they see them using a dating app. Maybe they see them on a date. Maybe they see them with their spouse. But they're in a place that they're not normally, or they're traveling. Maybe they happen to visit an aunt or an uncle, and so they're on the other side of the city. But they see something with the person that you're supposed to be dating that suggests they're pretty dishonest with you. This is the Spanish Tarot. Not here, but I think up north they do. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Page of Pentacles. So your friend advises you that perhaps you should reconsider whether or not to invest in this connection. A little bit of a reality check. Why does this person do that? Or why do you think they reschedule all the time? Why haven't you been to their place? That kind of thing. Oh, well, I'll tell you why. It's because this person is just kind of keeping things in dreamland. I feel like there's a lot of charm and smooth talking that has got this Queen of Cups convinced that they're dealing with somebody who's been honest. But when they see or hear whatever this friend of theirs has to say, it makes it pretty clear that they might have been giving too much credit to that person. Hello, Tay. Hello, Michael. How's it going? Hello, Saul. How are you doing? 10 of Wands. 7 of Wands in the reverse. 9 of Wands in the reverse. And Judgment. Judgment in the reverse. I think this friend's really looking out for you. They're like, hey, I know you probably don't want to hear this, and I'm sorry that I'm telling you this, but also if I were in your position, I know you would tell me. but I saw your person XYZ doing whatever they were doing, right? And did a little digging and found out that they're in a relationship, or, saw that they were um, going into the apartment with their ex. There's something that they're letting you know is very much so contradicting what your love interest or boyfriend, girlfriend told you. This is the truth is. Glad to hear it, Michael. Hopefully it's warming up for you as well. Different pages. Incompatible desires or perspectives. Now, don't get mad at me, but this is saying that someone here is delusional. And I'm afraid it's implying that you are or have been, and your friend is looking out for you. Like, no. It feels to me like you're thinking this person is trustworthy or a good match, but it looks like they're lying to you. So, like, you deserve better than that, right? Yes. Yes, you do. All right. We're going to go with the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Oh, no. I hope it melts soon. Maybe you like it. It's too soon. Maybe around Christmas. That's cool. Another Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Swords. Sorry, I think I gotta let you go. I think I've invested enough in this situation. I maybe was refusing to see what was really going on, or I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, but you might not have deserved that benefit of the doubt. And my friend, King of Swords, Queen of Wands over here, see, they got me some information that helps me to change my perspective. Because the Hanged Man, of course, is somebody who's literally hanging upside down. They see things differently. And the Page of Swords is about information that has been witnessed or observed or communicated to you. You're like, okay, I guess that's how it is, but better that I know now than find out in, 2 years. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups. Yeah, this person's already like living with another. This person may have a family with their ex that they're still with. They are not available. So you find out the truth. You know this is not what you're looking for. Maybe this person's going to try to convince you to be a side person. I don't think that's really your desire. I don't think you're really down with that. Maybe this person thinks that, you would never find out, but you do. And so you're like, okay, well, I guess I am going to walk away then because that's not what I was looking for. Hello, Locke. How are you doing? Hello, Pada. Or is it Pada? I don't know. Hello, Michael. Or McCall? How do I say it? Let's get a different tarot deck, shall we? This is the Pause Tarot. I don't have any cats yet. Seems wrong, doesn't it? What else do we have? Three of Swords, the Star, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, you've gone through enough to know that it does nobody any good to live in an illusion or pretend to not see what somebody's really doing or how they're approaching the connection. I think you also know that you can trust your friend. I think you know that this is somebody who wants to see you happy. And the fact that they've helped you to understand more about the situation is something I think you're grateful for. They don't want you to be, miserable in 6 months if you find this out on your own. They don't want you to be heartbroken. So I feel like they're looking at it as I'm making sure you get out of that connection before any real feelings really hit you. Exactly. I didn't want you to fall in love with somebody who was lying to you. Devil in the reverse and the King of Wands in the reverse. Because this is somebody that may have a fixation on physical intimacy versus emotional intimacy. This could be somebody who's just looking for a garden tool, and you are not a garden tool. So this good friend of yours, I don't feel like there's any negative, like arguing or anything like that happens. I feel like they tell you what's going on, you figure out how to handle it, and they're just there for you. But they're not going to let you hang out in some connection with a person who's emotionally stunted or being dishonest with you. So I think as soon as they find out information that they can confirm and validate as true, they feel it's their responsibility to communicate that to you. Hello, Fred. How are you doing? Moon in the reverse. 8 of Cups. So I see you walking away from this love interest. You know you deserve better. Emperor and the Empress in the reverse. An interesting pair. These would be divine counterparts. And I feel like you look at it as this person was hoping to, find somebody that was insecure or hopeful enough to look the other way and just kind of ignore the red flags. But I've got this friend who's looking out for me and doesn't want me to get caught up in this, especially if there could be drama, where you literally didn't know that that person was in a relationship. And then all of a sudden you've got this person who's really upset with you, right? Hey, Monica, how are you doing? Thank you for the tip. Let me know what you would like me to pull a few cards on for you. 8 of Swords in the reverse and the Queen of Swords. So you're able to establish some boundaries. You see through this person who's been dishonest. Your friend is helping you to navigate this in a way that helps you to avoid being brokenhearted because they're looking out for you. All right, so what else happens? Is there any other drama? Yes. The other woman, the other man, the romantic rival, the person who you didn't know about that your person is still involved with. There's a possibility they're going to try to contact you, or there's a possibility that they become aware of you somehow. I do feel like for a lot of you, there is a name mix-up. This person's trying to get the attention of their partner or their spouse, but they use the other person's name, or vice versa. But we have somebody, probably the first one I said though, we have somebody who becomes aware that their partner isn't being faithful. Oh, happy birthday. Love reading for next 2 days. I got you, Monica. Hello, Mr. Straight. How's it going? Hello, Luna. How are you doing? We have the Ace of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. So, yeah, there's more drama, but I feel like you get out of the situation before things get crazy. This person may become aware of you, but I think they're also going to realize that when you found out, you walked away. In other words, who's the guilty party here? The person who was in the middle, right? The person who was lying to you. So I see you being able to avoid a lot of the drama by paying attention to whatever it is that your friend is advising you to do, right? And the person that you had been interested in romantically, they're going to have a little bit of a falling out or some consequences for the games that they've been playing romantically. All right, we're going to go with the Golden Girls Tarot. We're going to go over to the personal questions. Hello, Fresh. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Hello, Audrey. I would sing you happy birthday if you tipped me like $100, but I'm not normally one to just sit here and sing for people. I feel bad because then like they came here for tarot and I'm over here like singing and they're like, don't quit your day job. All right, so for Monica, what do we have for love over the next 2 days? 9 of Wands, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Swords, the Fool, and the Moon. I see there being some resistance dealing with somebody perhaps who wanted to love bomb you or somebody who thought they could manipulate you. You've got stronger boundaries and you're more perceptive than people think. So it feels to me like you are actually like manifesting in a new opportunity in love. It's like you've been more clear with the universe about what you want or what you expect. It could be someone's going to exhibit new behavior, right? With the Fool, this is new energy. So you're either manifesting in new love or somebody that you're dealing with is going to be changing some behavior. But I see things improving for you because of boundaries. So it's due to the fact that you're not willing to take less than you deserve. Hello, Helena. How are you doing? Thank you, Fresh. I appreciate that. Hello, Shelly. How are you doing? So good luck, Monica. I hope that goes well for you. All right. I might leave it at that. If I'm honest, it's because I started watching Anne of Green Gables and I'm right in the middle of it and I'm really excited to watch the part 2. I grew up watching that, so it's one of my favorites and I haven't seen it in a long time. But I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping, and I will see you on the next reading.